Hey guys, what's going on? Greenville Gear. Welcome back to the channel. First and foremost, Happy New Year. Hope everybody had really nice holidays and so on. I got a little behind on making videos, but I'm excited to be back. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in as always. I've got a bunch of new subscribers lately, which is really cool. And I'm not sure entirely how that happened, but I'm really grateful that it has happened. So thanks. And I'll do some giveaways and stuff down the road for sure. But as you saw in the title, I wanted to show you some vintage slabs that I picked up kind of over the holidays, maybe in the last few weeks or so. As you know from the channel, I'm kind of refocusing a little bit on what I'm picking up for my PC, and Vintage Hall of Famers is kind of one of the targets for me, really focusing the collection. And so I'll just get into it and show you what I picked up. The first one is in a GMA slab. So among the third-party graders, I think not as perhaps appreciated and certainly valued in the hobby. And so one of my strategies has been to get GMA slabs. And what I'm thinking is, because I don't really care about consistency in my collection too much, but I thought PSA slabs would be the way to go consistently for this part of my collection. So anyway, this is a Minnie Minoso from the Chicago White Sox. And really cool player, and I think played in the Negro Leagues for a while and then got his shot in the majors. And so anyway, I was excited to pick this up. This is my very first Minnie Minoso, and it is also my very first 1954 Bowman. I just thought this was a super nice looking card, great eye appeal. The centering is good. I've talked about it on the channel a little bit, that I think vintage cards probably should look a little bit like vintage cards, but this one looks really sharp. Doesn't have a lot of that sign of love. So GMA scored it a 5, so it'll be interesting and kind of fun on the channel to see. I'll send it off and someday get them back to see how PSA will regrade this. But I'll do a snap out on this one. If you visited the channel, I had a Duke Snider from I think 1959 that also was a GMA. So I'm going to kind of start building up a little pile of these vintage cards. But anyway, really grateful to have my first Minnie Minoso and my first 1954 Bowman, and this was in a GMA 5. So that was a cool one. So I picked that one up first. I think the next one I picked up is this one. This is my first 1956 Topps card, and this is a Jacob Nellie Fox, another White Sox player, and famous for always having I think a big wad of tobacco in his cheek and so on, but another Hall of Famer. And so that is this one. So I picked this one up. It's already in a PSA slab. No fuss, no resubmission, and so on. It's in a PSA 6. And this is my very first 1956 Topps, and it's a Nellie Fox. Again, nice centering, a little bit of love, a little bit of wear on the corner, especially that one, it looks like. And actually, there's a really bad, kind of almost like a slice. There it is. You can see it right there on that corner. So that's kind of the quote-unquote bad corner. But if you look at that card like this, I just think it's really nice looking. And, you know, a little top to bottom centering issue, but I'm really having a lot of fun finding cards like this that have a nice eye appeal and I can add to the collection. So that's that. And then the last card is another first for me in terms of this part of the collection. I think this is my first 1957 Topps. This is actually a set that I love. There's something beautiful about the simplicity of this set, but this is an Eddie Matthews. And this one's also already in a PSA slab. This is the 1957 Ed Matthews, or Eddie Matthews, from the Milwaukee Braves. And it is in a PSA, as you see here, 5. But I really like the photography of this set. I'd love to get the Ted Williams or the Mickey Mantle someday. Those are kind of chase cards for me. Someday, hopefully I'll pick one of those up. But this one just really, again, back to eye appeal and centering and, you know, kind of a mid-grade card for a collection. I just really am excited to have this one. So that's the 1957 Ed Matthews, again, in a PSA 5. So I think this is the second Matthews I've added to this kind of Hall of Famer baseball slabbed collection, this part of my collection. So excited to have that. So I'm kind of heavy on Ed Matthews, but anyway, this was a nice price and happy to get it in the collection. So those are the three cards. We've got the Matthews, the Nellie Fox, and the Minnie Minoso, and really fortunate to have those. It's a nice way to start the new year. So thanks again for tuning in. Thanks to all of you who have subscribed and keep watching. And I'm going to keep watching your videos. I promise I'm watching them. I'm just so far behind. So I'll try to leave more comments and likes and those kinds of things on your channels and all that kind of stuff. So all the best for collecting in a new year, and I'll see you on the next one.